This morning's Breakfast Bible Bite examines God's protection for his children in the face of assault from his enemies. Verse 4 of 76 reads, "You are resplendent, more majestic than the mountains of prey." The word rendered resplendent is the Hebrew word or, from the verb which means to shine, to give light as if it was the sun, or the sun as in 1 John 1:5. God is light, and there is absolutely no darkness in him. He is the source of light and more resplendent or glorious than the mountains of prey. Jehovah's splendor is not limited to Mount Zion. He is more majestic than all of the invading powers that ever sought to oppress his people. Some scholars accept as a valid interpretation of the word phrase mountains of prey as referring to Jerusalem, and its history certainly seems to validate that thesis. For the city has been under siege some 27 times, and even today it remains under political assault, even by former presidents and congressional leaders in these United States. Keep in mind that God will judge those who are so arrogant as to attempt to depose his presence from the seat of godly justice. However, there is also a natural application. It could be that the psalmist is referring to the mountains of prey as if they were the gullies or gorges that would offer clandestine strongholds to conclaves of thieves, robbers, and marauders, who can then venture forth to steal, kill, and plunder. The psalmist is saying that since it was God who made those mountains, he alone is superior in strength and power to those who must conceal their weakness and presence within the canyons and ravines formed by the mountains. Verse 5 of 76 reads, "The stout-hearted are like bulls. They were plundered, and they sank into sleep, and none of the warriors could use his hands." The stout-hearted are despoiled and are forced to surrender their weapons to the Lord, standing before him as disarmed, destitute, and disgraced. It is as if they had fallen into a death-like sleep. Their sword-wielding hands were of no use, and in his presence they are helpless in continuing their warfare against the assembly of God's people. The Godhead, through Christ, is the door of protection for the children of God. Jesus said in John 10:9 through 11, "I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will come in and go out and find pasture. A thief comes only to steal, kill, and to destroy. But I have come so that they may have life and have it in abundance. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep." Jesus is the way to eternal life. We read in John 14:6 where Jesus told him, "I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through me." God's living word is a conflagration, a fire that will burn up corruption, the hammer that will break the rocky heat, the sword that will slay moral evil.